Hey guys, how are we doing? So it's Crypto Insight. I don't know whether to start again or not. Hi guys, how are we doing? It's Crypto Insight UK here, bringing you back another YouTube video. Thank you for all the support and everyone commenting on my recent videos. We're going to get straight into just some technical analysis today. Not going to go too deep because we're still kind of in the same position in the market. We're waiting for that bottom to come for Bitcoin, looking for a reversal in the market. Said yesterday that we might see some altcoin movement at this point. It does look to see. I don't know if that's the right terminology. My brain again is all over the place. I think I'm not quite recovered from the old C19 yet, so I feel a bit away with the fairies still. We are seeing some movement from the altcoins today, especially the metaverse tokens. Blocktopia is one to look at, 18% up. Then if we come down at Wilder Worlds, 25%, and Mana at 15%. So they're the ones I've got my eyes on. These 3 to 4 that I keep my eye on quite a lot. I know Sandbox is up quite a lot as well, but I don't actually watch that myself. I watch Wilder Worlds, Red Fox, and Mana, as well as obviously my investment in Blocktopia that I've told you guys openly about when I got in there. We're up to like 11 cents now. So if you were copying my trade, you'd probably be like, I think I'm 70% up on that trade currently. And I'll get into that in a second actually, but let's just get into Bitcoin right now. So this is obviously Bitcoin on the daily, and people are saying that this pattern here, I might take this Fibonacci retracement level, just because it's a bit messy, I'll take that off. So they're saying that this pattern here is mimicking this 3-peak pattern that we've had previously, and I don't know if I agree. Something that I can see that is similar though is that this retracement here is similar to this one, but then I would suggest that this retracement is not similar to this one. So maybe we could be in this section. I don't know. Let's have a look at a bars pattern. I haven't done any kind of overlaying for this. I'm just going straight off the top of my head to show you guys exactly what I am seeing. Bars patterns on this one. So if we just bars pattern is where you copy the previous fractal and then overlay that to like the current time period that we're on. I don't know why my computer's being so slow. Is there any similarities that we can see here? Maybe, but as I said, like this retracement's not as deep. That's what I was saying, and this doesn't look very deep either. It's quite cool how that actually does overlay a bit though. So we do have this peak. We come down to the trough on the 200, push up, peak, down, peak, correction. The peak is the top of the extension, and then we do actually find the drop, which finds support on this strong support level. So maybe that actually could come through into fruition. Who knows? Let's just get rid of that now. Bang. I'm just going to show you that this drop here is pretty similar to the one we're in right now. We're in like an 18% drop there, and this drop that we're in right now I think is around the same, if I'm correct. So 19% or 8 or 17.6 where we are exactly now, and we'll have a look from the peak of this drop down to the bottom. So that was a 26% drop. So if we are mimicking this drop, then we could have a 26% drop, which would take us down to, let's have a look from the very top. 26 would take us down nicely to probably the 200-day moving average, because by the time we do hit this sort of level, that 200-day will come up and add to support. So it could be a possibility, or we could find a reversal somewhere around here. However, I could say that we would maybe dip a tiny bit lower, because the RSI is looking like there is a little bit more space to come down, but not loads. I'll just show you this on a horizontal ray, just to easily draw this line in for you. So as you can see, this area here, this 34.32 area for Bitcoin, we have used that as support quite a few times. The RSI, that we bounced off it in this section here, which is where we went down, we bounced off it there, and then we pushed up, we came down again, we tested that again, same area of support for the RSI, pushed all the way up here, and then we came down in this section here when we had this retracement here. We used that 33.48, and then we pushed up, then we're coming down again. Where could that 33.48 be? Could we see that? We have also literally bounced from this exact RSI level that we're at now as well though, a couple of times, and I'll put this again horizontal ray in there just to show you where those periods were. Boom, there. So we actually have bounced on this level before. Here we bounced, and then we had a big rally up after we did bounce off that, and again we are right there here, and we did bounce off it in this section as well. This rally wasn't really very promising. We didn't really have much of a retracement from that rally, but we did from this bottom level that we were talking about. So this is a really strong level of support I'd like to see held for the RSI on the daily for Bitcoin. And let's have a quick look at the 4 hourly. I do like the RSI. So on the 4 hourly, we are still in the oversold area, meaning that we should be seeing some kind of retracement at some point soon. This is very similar now. This pattern here is very similar to the pattern that we had back here. We had that original drop, a retracement, and then a second drop. And then we sort of consolidated in that area and pushed on out. So if we were going to do something similar, you could see us consolidate in this area and then push on out, and then push back above the moving averages for a gradual, eventual push of 66% to the high, or if you were looking for the same area of the RSI, it'd be 37%, or when you lost the moving averages, a 47% move. So between 66 and 47% move would be taking us up to, let's have a look, 66% would take us up towards the 94,000, and a 47% would take us up to 83,000. So if we do repeat something similar to when we last had a double sort of bottom formation on the RSI, similar to what we did here, even though the second tap on the bottom was lower, again, that's what's happened here. So we've had that push up, we've come back down. So we've had this downwards movement in the RSI, selling, oversold, push back up, try and get into the basically the alright category is basically what it is, and then we come down for a further oversell, and that's basically what we've done here. Oversold, we have come into the category this time, but then we have come again down and set a lower low, and again, this could indicate a consolidation to a push out, but then on the daily, as I said, we do still have some space to come down. On the hourly, again, pretty similar. There's not too much to show, so we'll go over to Ethereum and have a little look what's going on there. Ethereum looks to have bounced off the 4,000. It's always good to keep whole numbers in as buy orders. People really like whole numbers. It's also doubled up with this previous high over here, so it's quite an obvious point of support there. So it doubles up with this previous high. Again, similar on the RSI when we were last in the oversold area on the RSI, all the way back here in September, and from there we consolidated and pushed on upwards. So we are forming that same similar structure. Could we be doing the same sort of thing again? And now we're on to XRP. Obviously, the boy or the girl, whichever way you want to look at it, doesn't really matter. It's neutral. It isn't actually sexed, but obviously I don't need to say that. But yeah, so our XRP, we are still respecting this wedge. I've double wedged it because I think there's an argument to say that you could say this is a peak of the wedge. Then you also are coming from the previous high using this top as well. On the logarithmic, it looks pretty similar. So we are basically coming to the end of the wedge, guys. You could argue the end of the wedge is 27th of November or the 6th of December, in my opinion, would be where we're looking to really finish out this wedge pattern. So we haven't got much time to make, like, before a move occurs, to be completely frank with you. I think we'll have a move very soon. Whether we'll see anything with the lawsuit or not, who knows, but I do think we will see a move. We've got to see one before those dates, basically. That's how technical analysis and charting works. And then we'll have a look at Blocktopia. I have drawn a little resistance / support line where we wicked up to here and here. So if we can flip that into support, we get a daily candle close above that. Couldn't see us really pushing up towards those all-time highs. Again, the last few days we've made quite a decent percentage, so I am speculating about whether to take some profits out of this. Even in the last 5 days we've made 25%. It's not a bad return. I think we got in at 6 cents, didn't we? Between 6 and 7 something cents. So I'd say we average around 7 and a bit, 7.2 cents, and we'll have a look where we've really, I'd say 7.2. That's an absolute guess at what my buy-in was, like my average buy. So we're up 54%. Like, do I take some of the position out there? I think that the original 3,000 is now worth 5. So don't know whether to take a bet out and cycle that into something else, or just stick to my guns and try and ride this up towards those 20 cent sort of level that I was talking about. I think we'll have a bit of a higher high set. Let's have a look on a Fibonacci retracement to see where I should be taking profits here, because at the minute I'm literally just going off a whim and my charting whim. So we could be looking up towards 25 cents. I think it is quite a big push from the all-time high to do that. The only reason I'm just looking to catch these short-term gains, and And then I was thinking of just using that cash to maybe put into something like staking wise and just see what happens there. Another indicator we could use about when to take some profits is this RSI. Look, it's topped out on around 88.88 twice. So that's another thing that I'm keeping my eye on. If we do get up there to that 88.88, I'll probably will take some profits, because last time we did that, we'd have two big corrections, and obviously you can see as Wick used that light support that I've drawn in. So one of the corrections that we had last time we hit that RSI was 25%. Agreed, it was a wick, but it's still something to keep your eye on. And then again, once we hit that RSI top here, or here is where I'm looking at, that's the 25%. And then we hit it here and consolidated for a little while. Let's see what that percentage is again here. So 30% there, and then we got close to it a little bit in this area, and let's see what the drop is there. See, that's a 60% drop, or if you're going to go to the bottom, 66%. So that's basically the move that I obviously jumped in on, in and around this area. Not a bad buy from me. Like, I didn't get the exact entry point that I wanted, but it's pretty close. And again, as I said, it's just a swing trade for me anyway. Just more for fun, and I know that sounds stupid because it has turned itself into a decent amount of money now, like $5 grand. But yeah, I like to just be transparent about things like that I'm doing. As you know, I'm mainly XRP. That was just some extra cash that I had from NFTs. I actually may re-enter into an NFT. I'll show you that actually, and I'll show you why. I don't know too much about it. I just know that there is some hype. Actually, I'll show you that quickly. I'll do this total market cap and then we'll go into that. So what we had actually was a daily close. I think it was below. Yes, it was. It was below the all-time high here for the total crypto market cap. And I did say that I thought that altcoin market cap would actually gain some momentum against the crypto market cap. I don't like the fact that we've had the daily close below the 50. We could be seeing a similar pattern as to what we saw down here. If that is the case, then the bottom would already be in, and we'd slowly start to push out of this zone, but just like consolidating in here for a while before we make that next leg up. That is what I'd be looking for. A lot of people say that it's potential that the Bitcoin top could already be in. I'm personally not in that camp, and the reasons for that are that there's not a lot of liquid supply for Bitcoin. A lot of crypto in general still coming off the exchanges into long-term hodl bags. And one thing that's really bullish for me is that companies like Crypto.com spend like $1 billion on advertising. Like, I don't think companies like that, who have got all the metrics that they'll have, and that they'll be monitoring people's data usage, like massively more like data they'll have to assess than we do, and they're spending this much money on an advertising campaign at this point in a crypto run. If they thought that it was going to be crashing, then I don't think they'd be dropping $1 billion into it. You could say, yeah, they're preparing for the future. Yeah, they are, but why would you not just do that in a time where you're going to make more, like percentage wise, on crypto than you are right near the top? I don't think it really makes too much sense, because you're just trying to bring people into a market, and if there's already loads of people in, like, who are you really trying to attract if you think it could decline from there? So that's another indicator. I know that's not technical at all, but it is just something that I have my eye on. And what was I going to say? Yeah, I was going to talk about the DeLorean NFT. Let's just go on OpenSea. Actually, I'll go on Twitter first and just show you something. Twitter, excuse anything that comes up on my Twitter. It's Flare Finance, I think. So Flare, obviously like Flare a lot, so if you don't know that already, go and check Flare Finance out and Flare Network. So this is the path forward begins with the DeLorean NFT holders. This includes right-hand drop access to the ongoing Foreverlands sale. So you get a free airdrop of the right-hand NFT. I don't really know what that is, but you get a free airdrop for that. It's just something to keep your eye on, guys. I definitely am looking at this. I might cash out like $1,000 of my Blocktopia just to buy this DeLorean NFT, and I'll show you the exact one that it is. It's not financial advice at all. It's just this is what I flipped this NFT DeLorean. I guess ION. DeLorean NFT. We'll just try that. Might not have spelled it right. Alright, definitely haven't spelled it right. There it is. This is the one here. So that is just something that I'm looking at just for that free airdrop, really, guys. I actually got in at these at 0.1 and I sold on average at 0.25, so I bought 3 of them. So I did flip a bit of ETH out of these, and now, yeah, I'm looking to re-enter potentially at 0.22 just for that airdrop, and then I might flip it again and sell out. Who knows? Who knows? That's my plan right now anyway, so I'm looking into. So I might actually cash out $1,000 worth of that Blocktopia. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it helps with just some things that I'm doing. As I said, we're looking for a bottom for Bitcoin. We're looking for a retrace for Bitcoin. I don't think personally that the run's over for Bitcoin, even though I know that if it was, that would mean alt season would probably be kicking off. I don't want to say that I think it is, because I don't think it is right now. But yeah, as I said, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please drop me a like, drop me a comment, and let me know what you guys are buying. I'd be very interested in any altcoins, especially metaverse or gaming coins that you guys are looking into at the minute. I do have, my friend is writing a report on a metaverse project, Wilder Worlds. He said he spent a lot of time on it, so I'm very excited to share that with you guys when he's finished that, and I'll read through it myself first. And I'll speak to you all on the next one, guys. Peace.